T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness, and that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm about to go there. Oh, I feel my hip coming up. All right, you guys. So let me take this down. Good evening, y'all.
Welcome to tonight's episode of the Majorette Tea. I have my cue card ready. Y'all have to, hey, don't y'all like that? If we're gonna have a talk show, we might as well act like it's a talk show, honey. So I got my cue card. I customized this today. So anyone that needs any flyers or anything, a logo, a little cute, little quick logo. I'm inexpensive. You guys just call on my name and I'll come running, honey. The Majorette Tea. This is my new little cue card. Ain't it cute, y'all? Okay. So listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I had to put on my robe, honey. I don't have a white robe. I had to put on my turquoise Versace robe on this evening because, honey, let me tell y'all something. Let me explain something. let me explain something. First of all, if you guys are coming to live video, last night you guys did not give unto me. Let me just say that. So the Cash App is at the bottom. We work hard to bring y'all all of the news that's happening in the Majorette community. So if you guys can please make sure that y'all, if y'all didn't do it last night, which y'all didn't, because I didn't get a ring, a ding, or nothing last night. So make sure you guys send something to that Cash App because this podcast does cost. This is not regular Facebook Live, as many of y'all know. This is an actual streaming service that I have to pay for my monthly subscription. So if y'all want me to continue to be professional and bring the professionalism to you guys, make sure y'all hit that Cash App. Give with a cheerful heart. Give with a cheerful heart. Give with a cheerful heart, because tonight is the night that you make me a woman. Tonight is the night that you make me a woman, honey. Because somebody on the other side said, "Oh, somebody was on Sinead Live, baby. Sinead was a bad chick in her day." You heard what I'm telling y'all? Sinead was paid. I'm good, paid. Sinead was together, and she got folks together. So I take that word that individual has said. I take that very much with I take pride in that, yeah. Because Sinead got folks together. She didn't play no games. And she could dress her behind off as tacky as she was. Her outfit still came together. She stayed with her hair and her nails done, which I do as well. So I take that as a compliment. But y'all, we not going to get on Sinead. Oh, my goodness. I should have not going to put up the, oh, my goodness. Y'all going to call it, honey. Call it like you see it, honey. That's all right. So, you guys know, first of all, I'm in my robe tonight because y'all just got out the shower. But I didn't want to leave y'all hanging because a lot of folks was over here like, okay, when we going live, when we going to talk about the situation and stuff. Y'all, some stuff has came up. Stuff is unveiling. Okay, let's just say that stuff is unveiling. Stuff is coming out. Most stuff is coming out. And quite frankly, it's a mess. It's a mess. First I want to say this. For those of y'all that appreciate what we do in the Majorette community, y'all could put some hand claps in the comments. Comment some hand claps. Give me some hearts. Show some love in the comments. And of course, y'all can always Cash App. Don't forget, if y'all Cash App me, I will definitely give y'all a shout out. Let me see if I got anything in here yet, honey, because y'all didn't give last night. So I'm going to wait and see what thus saith the Lord. But anywho, you guys, so in case you guys have not been tuning in or you missed, make sure y'all, give me the claps, give me the hearts, give me all of that, honey. If you appreciate, what we do, what we bring to y'all. And let me say this. I want to put this disclaimer out. Let me put this disclaimer out, okay? All of this stuff that we talk about is alleged. Alleged. Some of the stuff that we bring may not have all been, what's the word? Have not all been like fully verified because, I wasn't there. I can't fully verify because I wasn't there. However, we do have those that were there. So I guess you could say that was been fully verified. But I want to make sure that I tell y'all this, and I think I've said this before, but I want to make sure that I say this again. This platform is built on what the T stands for. If those of y'all that knows what T stands for, y'all can comment in the comment section. T stands for what? Teaching. We do that. We don't only come up here and let people know the stuff that's going on. We teach. We educate. Thank you, Miss Joyce Brown. Miss Joyce, thank you for your cash app, honey. Love you, sugar. Thank you, Miss Joyce Brown. You understood the assignment. You held on to the unchanging hand. So thank you, Miss Joyce Brown, for sending your cash app blessing. I love you, sugar. E stands for educating. Oh, we educate. Oh, that was from you, Dexter. Dexter. Oh, Lord, Dexter Brown, honey. The Dexter Brown, honey, is in the building, y'all. The Dexter Brown. The Dexter Brown is in the building. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much, Dexter Brown. And A stands for bringing awareness. Okay, in case y'all didn't catch my commercial. A stands for bringing awareness. So I think we do an amazing job with all three of those components: teaching, educating, and bringing awareness. Because without this platform, 95% of y'all would be getting scammed. Whether that be getting scammed out of your money from uniforms, whether that be getting scammed out of your money for mixes, whether that be being scammed without getting your money. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. From a said competition, whether that may be you guys pay for something and just didn't receive the service. It's a scam. It's a scam. But what the problem is, I feel like my help is coming, so somebody, y'all get ready to put me in B flat. The problem is people tend to say, oh, this is messy or this is mess. But why y'all not calling the kettle black when the reason why we bring this stuff to the platform is because it was mess from the person that ended up on the show. So when you sit back and analyze this thing, when you sit back and analyze this thing, who is really the messy one in this scenario? Is it me? Is it me for bringing y'all the information that I feel like y'all need to know? Oh, y'all don't want to people don't want to bring it to the tea because they know people actually see. If you wasn't feeling like the tea was a threat, come on, somebody. If you didn't feel like people actually listen and tune in and actually took something from the tea, because trust me, everything that we say is verifiable. Yeah. I feel that, Jennifer. I feel that. Turn to your neighbor and say, "Am I the drama?" I like that. But a lot of y'all. Not a lot of y'all, because I don't believe it's I believe it's some looky-loos up here, but some of the people that goes back and heads back to headquarters and want to report stuff and report mess, you got to ask yourself, am I being the messy one? What could I have did to prevent certain situations from happening at my show or with my team, whatever it may be? What could I have did different? So when you go on your page, and you make all of these doggone innuendos, you make all these posts, all these lives with lies, because y'all stuff ain't verifiable to save your life. But when you go on there and you just go in because your feelings is into, why don't you take the time? Take a second. Take a retrospect, okay? Retrospect your life and say, what did I do to deserve to come up on a platform for someone to expose me for the garbage that I did? Now, I asked everybody the other night, 2 nights ago, about a certain individual. I said, well, what would you rate your show? Somebody said a 3.5. The coaches said a 1 or 2. Somebody said a -100. And then the producer of the show gonna bust out that side of their face and say, I give myself a 4. Well, it's that is so far-fetched. But I have a problem with people acting like the victim. Okay. I got a problem with people acting like the victim. You guys have to understand one thing. You have to understand one thing only. If you don't have the proper equipment, if you don't have the proper finances, if you don't have the proper materials to do what you are wanting people to come and support, i.e. a competition, you have to honestly take into your consideration that if I F up in my production, whatever you want to call it, it's a very well possibility that I may end up on the Majorette T platform. And you can't be mad at that, because you know one thing's for certain, two things for sure. It's not about nobody not winning, not placing, but you have a duty. Okay. Let me go back to, look, can I teach y'all on that? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're teaching. You have a duty to, number one, take accountability. Now, y'all see accountability has a whole umbrella of things. You got to talk, when you talk about accountability means you're being honest. That didn't happen. Accountability means you care. You don't care. Accountability means commitment. What do you mean, Jasmine? Come on, somebody. What do you mean when you say commitment? That means whatever you promise from the time you take whatever you promise from the time you put out your flyer till even after your show is over, you have a duty and accountability to be committed to everything that you said that you was going to do, which you lack thereof. You have an accountability to be a governance. You have to govern what you're doing. Come on, somebody. It's and then I see the word function. Accountability and function. How are you functioning your show? How are people looking at your show and actually sitting there saying, okay, this is a cute function. This person is really function. They're function. They're organized. They're together. You know what I'm saying? Blame worthiness. Oh my God. You have to know not to blame everybody. You got to take accountability. Okay? Everybody can't be telling a lie. And everybody ain't wrong. Ain't nobody lying on you, because the proof is in the pudding. And then another thing I want to touch on is you have to be honorable. What does honorable mean, Jazz? Honorable simply means you have to have some type of decorum, some type of you have to be honorable. Y'all know what honorable means. You have to have some type of decorum about yourself. You have to lead. You have to just be that person and just have some integrity. Now y'all see accountability went back on integrity. It all flows in the same thing. Okay? These are core values that a lot of the people in the Majorette community has been lacking thereof. There is no accountability for half of the stuff that goes on. There is nobody taking anything into consideration when you're talking. And then y'all want to sit there and wonder why people look at y'all crazy, and you get on live beating up the same people that you took their money. How does that work? The same people you beating up on and talking mess about their kids and talking mess about their coaches, you want them to come around and say, oh, I forgive you. I forgive you. Don't trip, Tater Chip. We're going to be back friends. It has hit the core. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to the juice, y'all, because I'm telling y'all don't want to leave, because I got some S for y'all. And I'm going to let y'all be the deciding factor of how y'all think this individual's insane in the membrane is. So let me touch on the key points in case y'all just joining us. Make sure y'all share the live video, tag the live video, invite the live video. Please make sure that you also are giving willingly to the Cash App. Thank you again, Mr. Dexter Brown, the Dexter Brown, for sponsoring, for being a contributor to what you see. Okay, it's 69 folks up here on the live, and I don't know how many's on YouTube, but we're going to get there. Okay, so you guys, there was a competition that took place last weekend. Two teams in particular, Dance Divas of Bristol, by the director name of Laura, and then another team, Royal Elite Diamonds from Salisbury, Maryland, Miss Sophia's team, went to said competition, okay? I gathered up some more information, you guys, and I did a little bit more digging because this person has been going on a rant. He has literally been posted every minute on the minute. almost every second on the second. And I just feel as though if you really had a leg to stand on and you feel like you did nothing wrong, then what are you trying to justify? What are you trying to prove? Oh, I'm gonna get to it because, honey, there was a message that was sent unto me, and it's it's gonna touch some of my black women. All my black women up here, it's gonna hit a chord with y'all. Trust and believe. I'm gonna read it to y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all be the deciding factor. Y'all, big ups also. I'm sorry. Thank you, mama. Y'all, my mother's birthday is today. Princess Meg, y'all know her. She in the comments section. I see people is commenting. So y'all, if y'all see her saying thank you, love, that means people saying happy birthday to her. I don't even know how old she is because she don't look like she a day over 45. So y'all, if y'all see my mom in the comment section, y'all can go ahead and ring them up. Say happy birthday to Mama Meg or whatever the case may be. Okay, so moving forward. So again, this was brought to me. I wasn't at this competition, you guys. I don't know what went on unless it was brought to me. And again, a lot of stuff that is going on is brought to me. I can't be at one place at one time. It's brought to me. Okay. So let me just do a rephrase. The competition was in Philadelphia. And there was supposed to be 8 categories and 11 teams. 4 of those teams were supposed to be hip-hop, and the other 7 was supposed to be majorettes. Evidently, there was only majorettes that showed up. Tickets was $20 a door. Now, let's talk about the tickets. Since we on that. They paid $20 for tickets, okay? Do y'all know that it was told unto me that they paid $20 a ticket at the door? There was no seating. No chairs. People had to bring in their own chairs, and the bleachers were not working, so the bleachers could not come out. So you basically put all these people that came to support you in your event in a bind because they paid money thinking they were going to have at least a place to sit. They didn't have a place to sit. Moving on. There was no AC in the building. Now, this was all the teams that brought this to me. I wasn't there. This was all what teams brought to me. There was no AC in the building, which means it is in the middle of the summer. It's in July. It's hot everywhere. Kids dance. They might hyperventilate. They might pass out. Someone got asthma, and you put the kids in danger because you didn't even have an adequate building for your for the kids to come and support you. And what the problem is, y'all, that some of these people don't understand, y'all, is had not been for these teams supporting y'all and paying y'all registration fees and paying these ticket prices, you wouldn't have no show. You wouldn't have no show. Okay, moving on. No dressing rooms for the teams to get, or areas for the teams to get dressed in. So people are supposed to just see the girls' nakedness. They're supposed to just, walk past and just can easily get a peek at a young girl. But you say you're the dance champion? But I'm confused. How is a person of a champion status going to even allow something like this to happen? Of the coin. Because as long as they got this, they don't care. Okay? It was also brought to my attention. Now, this is going to be the kicker. Y'all ready? Because I'm bringing y'all all the tea tonight. So make sure y'all sharing the live video, take a live video. It also was stated from a coach that attended that the competing team that had won the most trophies of that day, because he didn't have grand champion, the most trophies of that day had paid Mr. Falcon $600 because he did not have funds to pay for the building. Did y'all hear me what I said? Did y'all hear me what I said? A competing team, which happened to be his friend, gave Mr. Falcon $600 because he did not have the funds to pay for the building. Now let me go back a little bit further. 2 weeks prior to his competition, it was on the Philadelphia news that there was a child that actually had drowned in the pool, which was open the same day, which had grown men and boys walking past teams getting dressed for his competition because they went to the pool. I'm confused. I'm confused. So we just working all in the same circle. So these teams don't even really have a really honest chance when you got things like this going on. Oh, it's gonna get better. No toilet tissue, not even the bare essential. No toilet tissue in the bathroom. So the girls couldn't wipe they self. The boys couldn't wipe their bottoms if they had to poop. Nothing. All you cared about was, okay. Is this on this one? Okay, so this is all I have for the building. No AC, no dressing rooms or areas for the teams to get changed in. $600 was paid by a competing team's coach to give this man because he can. So if we want to break it and dissect this thing, so that's how we know that you didn't pay for those trophies. Let's get into it. You didn't pay for them trophies because I don't know no company is gonna send you trophies with treble clef music notes at the top. This is not a chorus competition. This is not Sunday's best. This is not what's the choir competition? How sweet the sound. This ain't even that type of party. This wasn't even that type of party. And you said out your mouth that you built these trophies and you purchased these trophies yourself. However, you had musical notes as a topper of your trophies. Then you went so far to post it. I wouldn't even post the trophies. I would have just let it be what it is. I wouldn't even post the trophies. But then you went and posted the trophies to show us that the proof on the pudding. Okay? Then, oh, it's getting good, y'all. Then you contacted another team and asked that coach, DDOB's coach, to grab the trophies that she won from your show 3 years ago because you had ran out of screws for the trophy that you said that you paid for with the musical notes on the top. Not a victory note. I mean, not a victory topper. Not a majorette topper. Nothing to do with dance. It was that. That's what it was given. That's what the trophies was given. That's what it was given. It was given, I'm going to a choir concert. That's what it was given. But you supposed to be the dance champion of Philadelphia. You supposed to got it all. Oh, you nationally known. Nationally my ass. National my ass. Moving on. Let me switch over my cue cards. So I got my cue. Okay, here we go. So let's move on to the teams. Oh, let me go back. Did I put that up here? Yeah, I got that. Started having sidebar. Now, let me tell y'all something. It's nothing wrong with you talking to the coaches collectively. There's nothing wrong with you talking to the coaches collectively. But when you start back having sidebar conversations on the floor to where everybody competing can see, it's going to raise the eyebrow. It's going to do this. It's going to raise the eyebrow. Wait a minute. Let me clutch my pearls. What they over there talking about on the floor? And why we not privy to the conversation? Oh, it's secret. Secret squirrel and shit. Just secret squirrel and shit. Okay, I'm going to go there. Having sidebar conversations with a team, asking them to pull out. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, pull out. Pull out of junior and senior stands because they already won enough categories. And somebody put me out. I'm telling y'all, it's going to get good. It's going to get good tonight. Ask them to pull out of junior and senior stand battle because they have already won a lot of categories. And the teams did not want to go against that team. Then he went so far to say, talking X, gonna say, you think you just because you won buck or die? Oh, Diana's on the live, and I'm going to say it because I'm spilling all the tea. Because if you didn't want it to be said, then you should have shut your mouth. You said, and I quote, that just because you won buck or die, that you think that you are a grand team. You are a whack-ass team with no talent. Your kids can't dance. All this was stated. All of this was stated. All of this was stated. That's what I want to know. What the hell Booker Doc got to do with it? That's what I want to know. Oh, it sounds like a lot of oh, but black women, hold on, because I got something for your ass. Because baby, I'm building up this thing. See, that's how you got to do in competitions. You got to sit there and give them a little bit, but don't give them too much. You got to build them up for the finale. I'm doing this thing in categories. Right now, y'all just walking through with me, okay? Then the next thing, I'm going to get creative, okay? I'm going to get creative on your ass, and I'm going to bring a creative category, and then I'm going to finish that heifer with a pom-pom to let y'all know what type of man you dealing with. Y'all staying with me? All right, let's go on. Let's keep on going, because I'm telling y'all it's going to get good. Mr. Falcon also jumped in a competing coach's face, a female, DDOB, with his fingers in her face, cursing and shouting at her because he wanted her to pull out of stance. Okay? His niece. My Lord. His niece set her ass on the judges panel and said out her mouth, what she said, y'all? She said out her mouth, that team DDOB is sorry. They ain't got no talent. So I'm not choosing them. So you got biased coach. Let me fix my hair. You got biased coaches. That's your cousin, your auntie, your niece, your nephew sitting on your judges panel being biased to another team because you want somebody else to win. So at this point, you're not even, your niece is not even judging off of talent. She's judging off of what she personally feels about this coach and her team. Sounds sketchy to me. Sounds real sketchy to me. Moving on, because I'm just getting started. Y'all, we still in walkthrough category. I'm going to take out a creative, but we still in walkthrough category. Speaking of trophies. Y'all staying with me? Speaking of trophies. If you purchase the trophies, why do they have musical notes as toppers on the top? And who orders chorus trophies for a dance competition? And if that's the case, this is how I know it. This is how I know them trophies was donated to you, baby. This is how I know them trophies was donated to you. Because I don't know no company that's in their order form, sugar. See, Diana the other night said, well, Jasmine, you don't really have to have, plates for your trophies. No, not necessarily. You don't have to. However, he said he ordered the trophies, and we all know when you order trophies from a vendor, they have a vendor form that you fill out. What do you want the plates to say? That's included in your price. That's not extra. That's included in your price. That's included in your price. So why would you order trophies without placement plates for your trophies? Who's going to say, oh, I want trophies without placement? That not only helps you, that also helps the team, and it also helps the people that's giving out the trophies to know what trophies to give. And then Diana did say, she said, well, Jasmine, y'all can determine the placements of the size of trophies. But D, he all had one size trophies, one size fit all. So in my opinion, everybody took first place because there wasn't no staggered trophies. It wasn't no staggered sizes. It was all one size. So everybody won first place. That's true. That is true. But my thing is, you still said that you ordered them from a vendor, which means on the order form, the vendor is going to ask what you want. What you want. Somebody give you 3 lines. What you want. Don't put everything on there. Put your name of your show, the category, and the placement. That's it. Or if you don't even want to put a placement on the plate, put first and second, third with the toppers in the middle on the side. It's ways that you could do it to make sure your stuff looks legit. Yeah, that was all on one side. Okay? But that's what happened. He want to boast about the trophies, but you had to go and ask DDOB to grab trophies from 2018 to bring to you. so you could give out trophies. And then he said he needed the screws, but excuse me, they didn't take the trophies apart. They gave you the trophies to give out because you didn't have enough trophies. So if you honestly was using screws to build trophies, where was the other trophies at? And why everybody didn't get the same size trophies? Because all the trophies you posted were the same size. Oh, it's getting real thick up in here. If you're telling me that you needed her screws, which you honestly could have went to Walmart, Home Depot to get the screws. So that's how I know you're lying. You had to ask her to bring some trophies in from years ago. No, you didn't have enough trophies, boo. And then they told me that they took off their plates because you did have plates for that show. Because they told me that you took off, they had to take off the plates to give to you so it wouldn't say 2018 on them. So I'm just trying to figure out why the lies. Why the lies? If you messed up, just admit it. Take accountability and say, I've effed up. No, but you go on Facebook and you dog talk S about Laura's show and all these other people. And now when your ass is in a hot seat, now you want to play victim. Like you ain't do nothing. And then you want to go on a rant on your Facebook page and try to bring everybody down with your sad sob ass damn story when it's really not sad. It's really sad, but it's not sad. It's really pathetic that you would think that people would stand behind you and support your foolishness. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Not the one. Not the one. No, not the one. Okay, moving on because we're going to get good, y'all. I see y'all steady at 120, so yeah. What happened to the $2,500 that you claim you was giving out? Where does the money reside? Can somebody tell me where does the money reside? You said you was giving out $2,500. Oh yeah, his anger told all on this. He told on himself the other night. Yeah, he did. $2,500. Where does the money reside? Don't worry, I'll wait, but I won't wait all night. I might have to give Diana, don't say 5 bands now, honey. We might have to get some stuff to come buck down December, child. No, let me not tell you because, honey, you got to be right to go there. But where the money reside? Okay. I'm not going to take too much time on it because I want to get to the juice. Now we are moving on to creative. Now I'm about to get creative with y'all. So then you went to your Facebook and you bashed Laura. You bashed Sophia. You try to say some stuff about me, but you couldn't, honey, because I got all of receipts. Okay? I got all receipts. Okay? You started sending threats. Since when do you get so upset that you start sending coaches that compete in your shows threats? Physical threats. Now we are moving on to the judges, and then we're going to get to those threats. So park a lot them threats right quick because I have a whole inbox of DMs. Don't say the shit. Give me a second. Your judges. Who were they? What were their qualifications? What shows have they competed in? What shows have they won? I'm reading off my cue card. What shows have they won? Why have family members on your panel being biased to competing teams? I'm so confused. But you're supposed to be the dance champion. Now we're moving on to the pom-pom category. Teams, get your pom-poms ready. Because I'm done with that. And I'm done with that. So I'm done with my cue cards. Now we're moving on to the finale. Now we're getting to the juice. So I received an inbox from the competing team. She states, and I quote, she states, because I was trying to pull it up on the screen, but that's all right. I can read it, y'all. Don't say the shit because I got the receipts. So if I need to post them, I will. She texted Mr. Falcon this morning and said, I don't know what your problem is, but you hear what you want. I was asked questions, and that's what I did. Answer them. I wasn't feeding into your bullshit because all of this is just that. You have something you need to say to me. I get off at 2:00. You can address it then. No one lied on you. Maybe if you weren't hollering and shit, you could have heard what was said. But what you're not gonna do is take your anger for someone else out on me or these damn kids. So then he respond, oh, y'all better listen good, because it's about to go there. Y'all about to be hotter than 4th of July. My mama was hollering on the phone when I read her this message from that fool. He says, don't ever speak to me again in your life. You will forever be one of the epitome of a black woman. Oh, I need to repeat that. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm going there. He said, don't ever. I'm a preach. Can I preach how I feel it? I'm going to preach how I feel it, y'all. Because y'all get more when I do that. I'm going to preach how I feel it. I'm going to preach how I feel it. He said, don't ever speak to me again in life. You will forever be one of the epitome of a black woman who will do anything but communicate to destroy a black man. Let me read that part again for those of y'all in the back that didn't catch that. Don't ever talk to me again. Speak to me again. Wave at me again. Don't say shit to me again. You will forever be one of the epitome of a black woman. Who will do anything but communicate to destroy a black man. I'm going forward because it's some more juice. You as a black woman, and he made the emphasis on woman. You as a black woman was so upset. Y'all better catch it because y'all gonna need to hear this. You was a black woman, was so upset that you wouldn't even protect a black man for the sake of looking correct at a dance competition or because you felt disgruntled. There are many ways of communicating, black woman. That's what he said. Oh, it gets better. Going on someone else's platform, attention seeking, was not the way. What you did was publicly humiliate me. I'm reading it how he said it. So if it's grammatically incorrect, that's how he wrote it. Going on someone else's platform, attention seeking, was not the way. What you did was public humiliate me, as if you don't know that public humiliation cause for retaliation, and the nerve of you telling me how to direct and where to direct my anger when you went on a platform directing yours at anyone who will listen. Y'all still with me? Ha! Is what he said. Text her. He texted her hi. I don't put. Now this is where we start getting in. Oh, we can understand. He said, I'm gonna read it how he wrote it. I don't put shit in God's hands. I'm gonna say that again because I'm reading you what he texted up. I don't put shit in God's hands. I don't wait on karma, and I address everything I'm on whatever time anyone else is on. And I don't give a fuck. But shit, in real life, I'm a project nigga with a project mentality trying to change. So I'm going to leave you where you at. Laura, on the other hand, lives 30 minutes from me, and I have sisters that don't play about me. I'm going to keep on going, y'all, but it was, I don't put shit in God's hands for me. It was that part for me. It was that part for me. I couldn't believe you had the gall. You had the gall to sit there and be so belligerent and bold to say that you don't put nothing in God's hand. My Jesus. My Jesus. I'm not letting that shit rock like that. I'm not letting shit rock like that. It's up, is what he said. Y'all Aggie black women tried the right one. I don't play them games. Go send this to Jasmine and let's see if she cares the aftermath after she got story that you black women contacted her about. Look at the black woman. Tear down your own over confusion. As if I was mistreated you. Sad black woman, very sad. Yeah, he told a woman it was up. That's what he said. She then responds back. She sends him a mad face. She responds back. She said, once again, I will address you at 2:00. So she didn't take nothing out of her messages. This is Sophia now. He said, you a black man hater. Y'all, this is when it start getting to race thing. You a black man hater. It's nothing to address. You should have addressed me before you addressed Jasmine. Too late, boo. She said, you be great. He said, I will. And so then she said, you really think someone, man? He's now hear it, hear it out now. He says, leave me alone. Y'all black women need to start supporting y'all black brothers out. Y'all don't give a fuck about the destruction y'all cause when you want the check in your column. Laura show put people's lives in danger. She didn't have AC. She had fights and confusion and several shutdowns. You wasn't on Jasmine's show about that. I remember y'all finishing a battle in the parking lot. And had it not been for my people with the Jeep, y'all wouldn't have had no music. You attending crappy shows ain't new. So now you're calling your own show crappy. You attending crappy shows ain't new. I'll bounce back from those red flags and humiliation. But y'all sister better start supporting your black man. A white woman would have never. He said a white woman would have never. So then she responds back and she said, you're really tripping. I'm not into all that platform bullshit you go off of. You go off. You can believe what you want because for real, who cares? And maybe you take the moment to listen, then you can feel how you want. He then says, that's why the white woman wins. She supports he said, that's why the white woman wins. She supports a black man and understands he has an ego. She says, you're really unstable. Oh, God. Y'all know what to say in the comment section. Y'all know what to say in the comment. If y'all are tuning into this live, please put them hearts up in there, honey. She said, you are really unstable. He said, you damaged my pride, sister. I will never reach the level of my white counterparts who do competitions such as World of Dance, Starbound, if I'm going to get torn down by my own people. You're not looking at it. She said, like I said, I can address this at 2:00. You talking about pride and you breaking down kids. Wow, but you be great and you on some other shit. Y'all, this is a lot to take in. This is obviously a person that is dealing with some sort of mental illness, if I may. He is far-fetched from saving at this point. His mind is made up. His mind is made up. He has said how he felt about all the teams. He has publicly, I think that what he's trying to do is trying to get people on his side to agree with him. And D, that's why we need to get together, because I definitely want to be a part of the association that you got built up, because I just feel as though a lot of this stuff could be avoided. A lot of this stuff, you guys, could be avoided. A lot of this stuff could be handled so different if you knew. Like, a lot of these people don't have trainings. Like, I really believe that if we had trainings in place to be able to help and assist these people throw on successful competitions and have the protocol. He told us, y'all, that he don't do packets. Didn't he say that on the live? He said he don't do packets. He don't give out registration packets. So how are people supposed to understand the rules and regulations of your show if you don't have the proper paperwork for people to actually understand what you're wanting them to do? It all goes hand in hand when you talk about throwing on a competition. And then he went so far to say, well, I made a YouTube live. I made a YouTube live about the rules and regulations. That's not adequate. So y'all have to really understand, this person is not mentally stable. He is obviously dealing with some type of mental just issue. You know, it's no other way to put it. For you to actually say that you basically don't put your trust in God, like, you know, everybody has their own walk, but even people with their own walk is not going to be so bold. I don't think, you know, they would be so bold to say those type of things, because you're trying to make a point, and you don't have a point. Hey y'all, hey. So y'all, again, when we look at stuff like this, what do we do with this type of individual? What can, as the Majorette community is all on this live, what do y'all think could help this guy out? Do y'all even think that there's any way to help him out? You know, it's one thing to talk about his actions, but it's also another thing is if y'all feel like, Reese, I'm not gonna play with you. But what baffles me is this man is not even in our Majorette community. So I think he honestly set himself up for failure. He's not even accustomed. He's never been on a Majorette team. He's never coached a Majorette team. You know, he does not have Majorette training. He doesn't go to Majorette trainings. He doesn't take seminars. He doesn't do, there is things that you could, like, there is really honestly things that you could do. Y'all is really talking about blacklist. Well, he's already been placed on the blacklist. He's already been placed on the blacklist. But and Diana says she thinks that he could be helped. I think people have tried to, Diana, and they give him a little trust and he takes it for granted, and then he goes off on a tangent. So anybody that is like that could just go off a tangent like at a drop of a dime, I don't think that there's too much more that we could do. Because in his mind, the way his mind operates, he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. I asked everybody that came on my platform a couple of days ago, what do you rate your show as? Everybody, you know, gave, you know, some, you know, the coaches said 1, another coach said 2, one of his judges said a 3.5, he said a 4, but couldn't say why he gave himself 4. But the people, that's like when people go to church and they be like, you know, people try to get deliverance and stuff like that. Well, you got to want it. You got to want it. You got to want to get help. You got to want to seek help. You got to want to build up. No, I don't know everything. And I learn from every show. But I do know one thing for certain and 2 things for sure. If I'm going to put on something and whatever, like, this is my thing. I'm going to put you guys into a building where I will want my team to be comfortable at. If I know that I want my team to be covered by the blood, or I want them to be covered in a room that is comfortable for them, you got girls out here that are not as comfortable with their body, and that's why they join a dance team, because they want to get that confidence about themselves. But then you have people like this that blatantly goes on and talks about the very kids. He was calling those babies trash, garbage, and then came behind it and said, well, if the judges can put it on their score sheets, then why can't I say it? You were supposed to be the person to be of honor. You have to sit there and take initiative. Just because your judges do, you picked your judges. So just because your judges say it does not mean that it's right that for you to say it. And then when it gets brought to me, you feel like we're being messy. But again, who was really the messy one? Was it the person reporting the information, or was it the person that actually had the information to report? Because if I didn't have no information to report, you would not be the topic of discussion. So really, what are we talking about here? That there's 2 ways you got to look at it. Had you not had something for them to report, you would not be reported. And then when you had an opportunity to address it, you were combative, you were aggressive, you were smoking on the camera, you was just all out, just belligerent. And who can sit there and look at that and take you seriously? Nobody. And then you're constantly going on. Y'all know the hit dog will holler every time. It never fails. If you honestly feel like you did nothing wrong, that there is nothing to be discussed. You shouldn't have to make no posts. You shouldn't be making no 5011 lives. But you know that you messed up. So instead of you taking accountability for your actions and what you did lack thereof, you took the easy way out to try to bash everybody or to get people on your side. Let me read some of the comments. Let's go to the comment section, you guys. Jennifer says, if this is the world he wants to be in, he is going to have to be okay with taking rejection. He can't be mad every time someone says something when he literally displays BS. People like him don't like for other people to tell him anything, and he doesn't like black women because black women don't put up with the bull crap or the BS and his insecurities. That's his problem. Very well said, Jennifer. I would agree with that. Let me read some other ones. I agree that emotion drives this industry. However, you've been emotional numerous of times, but never spoken in a manner of disrespect. Emotion is fine, but anger also reveals truths. Okay. I'm going to the comment section, y'all. Sometimes we have to pray for people, even if they don't believe in God or what he can do. As children step in competitive environments, they need to be covered because we can't stop everything. God doesn't operate in chaos and confusion. Very well said. I'm trying to read some comments, y'all. I'm trying to go through it. Diana Williams. Now, Diana, you know as well as I know that sometimes you can't help everybody. I can get past the lack of knowledge of how to run a conversation, but to berate, belittle, and degrade individuals that clearly supported your event is pure narcissism. That's a good one too. Yes, ma'am, he can take your course, Diana. I don't think he got the coin to do it. Child, I don't think he got the coin to do it. But y'all know what's so crazy about this whole scenario is y'all don't understand. Some people like that don't understand how that directly affects the teams. Coaches lose business over foolishness like this. They end up shutting their studio down because as much as goes on in the Majorette community, parents do not want to take their kids to shows that they feel like they're going to be in danger, unless that's what they're going to go look for. And it's so bad. Y'all, it's like Majorette, when I first started, it was competitive, but it was still fun. It was exciting. It was exciting to see all the teams, and I still love it. Don't get me wrong. I still love Majorette. And I'm not going to stop doing what I do because I feel like it's needed. It's called for. There are 3 huge shows in the United States in the Majorette community, and I don't mind saying it. Buck or Die, It's Showtime, and Warzone. Those are the three biggest elite competitions that everybody knows of, that you're going to definitely get your money's worth for the most part. Everybody's not going to agree with the results. It's just impossible. You can't please everybody. However, you can do a dang good job to make sure that other things can ease up the pain. And we also, as directors, have to be choosy of who we allow to come to our competitions, because we can't accept everybody's registrations. If your team has a reputation of going places and being a nuisance and being problematic and like to fight, like to go to their cars and grab guns and all this foolishness, I don't want them in my competition. I don't want them nowhere near my competition, because my brand and my name is way too important to sacrifice it for a piece of coin at the door. I will take my chances with somebody else, but I will not sacrifice the integrity of my event and the integrity of my brand to get a coin from any team. Ain't no coin worth that. A lot of y'all that was on my live the other night, I had stated to y'all when I did my show in LA, and I told y'all a big thing that happened to me. I have never had a show to where I did not make a profit. I've always made a profit, and I always reinvest back into my business and back into my competitions, because that's how you do things. You don't go and take your profit and splurge everything and then look for the majorette community to go and pick up some more money for you so you do something else. Everything costs you and all, but you have to understand you have to reinvest. And people that don't have that mentality that's just going to take the money and run and then try to throw on another competition, you're going to start seeing that you're going to be spending more than what it's worth. Again, I threw a competition on the LA. I spent $10,000 out of my own money. $10,000 out of my own, over $10,000 out of my own money. When it was all said and done, trophies. Trophies had plates on them. Trophies, DJ, staff, judges, venue. All of that cost. And like I told y'all the other night, I didn't even break even. I didn't even make back what I had spent. Was it devastating? Sure. Was I having second thoughts? Of course. Of course. Diana, they be charging your ass up the ass because it's you. That's what they do, because honey, let them talk about some $17,000. I'll be like, Blue, thank you, no thank you. I'm going to take my business elsewhere because I ain't paying no $17,000 for no doggone one day, no show, honey. I ain't even paying that for 2 days. They getting you, honey. You might need to have somebody. You might need to have Jaleesa call them and book your video. Oh, they don't know it's you, child. Ooh, no, honey. I'll take my chance. No. But you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things, you guys, where you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. The majorette community is very cutthroat. And teams and coaches are really, like, y'all remember at one point in time when people was posting flyers, they were posting flyers and a lot of people would be commenting their emails and like, oh, we want to go and asking information. Do y'all realize that nobody is commenting their emails anymore? Do y'all realize that no one is really commenting their emails anymore? Now, there's people that hit people in the inbox, like the people that want to do my show, they were like, Jazz, we just sent our registration. Did you get it? And I'll check my Cash App. Yep, I got it. Y'all good to go. And I don't know if it's because they have been getting, because I know a lot of people say when they comment their email, people from other shows start sending packets. And that's another thing. A lot of these people in this majorette community that don't have their mind frame set, they're like crabs in a barrel. Everybody want a piece of the pie. Instead of people asking you for packets for your show or lack thereof, whatever the case may be, y'all go and try to send people packets without even asking for a packet for your show. So I can see why people stop sending an email, but then also too, I see why people just like, no, I'm gonna just send it to them because I know their show is legit. Anytime you take any money from a team, you need to make sure that there is adequate paperwork for them to understand your rules and regulations of your show. Understand the flow of the show. Have an itinerary. These are things that are important. This is what sets you from the gonna-bees and the wannabes. This sets you apart in so many different ways. Now, let me get on the teams. Teams, y'all the ones that register for the show. And his registration was only $125. So, do you feel as though that you had the red flag and you decided to ignore the red flag ahead of time and still go, and then y'all want to come back and try to say something or report it? When y'all had all the answers ahead of time. Now, let me say this. Let me just put this out there. Teams that win. If he promised that on a flyer and y'all didn't get y'all money because it wasn't broken down, every last one of y'all could take him to court. Because in this instance, he didn't have no rules. He didn't have nothing. He promised one thing on the flyer and y'all didn't receive the money. So, and again, he didn't have grand champion. So if every last one of them teams that attended your show wanted to go and get the $2,500, because every last one of y'all got the same size trophies, y'all could have took him to court and possibly sued him. Yes, you could have. Because there were no rules. You had it listed. There were no rules. There were no rules. One of my teacups sent me an inbox. Let me see. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, child, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that because that was a whole joke, child. But so again, you guys, y'all have to be smart. These parents are depending on y'all coaches. They're depending on y'all to make good judgment choices. It's so, and I want to be honest, if I got to be honest, because I can't cut no corners. One of the teams did say that the only reason why she was going was for the money. She did say that. I can't sugarcoat anything. She said, well, the only reason why I was coming was because I wanted the money. So that also makes me think, well, how do you know you was going to win that money? And how do you know that money was going to be available? So it's so many ways. It's so many ways, y'all, that this thing could be looked at. And I tell people time and time again, when it comes to you hosting a show, you cannot be friends with your friends. It's your business, and then we can talk about being friends after. But my business comes first. Now this man has ruined his reputation. We didn't humiliate him. We didn't humiliate you. You humiliated yourself by doing the things that you did. Only thing we did was tell the people and the general public what happened. But we didn't humiliate you. We didn't. We didn't threaten you. We didn't bully you. We stated what happened, the facts. But a person that is guilty is going to squeal every time. You should have thought about it. And this might be cliche-ish for a lot of people, but it's the truth. Do y'all remember y'all parents used to tell y'all a hard head makes a soft behind? Or you made your bed, now you got to lay in it? That's one of these situations. You have nobody else to blame but yourself. And you can't be mad at people like myself for reporting things that I feel like the Majorette community needs to know. They have to know these things. Because what other way are they going to understand, if you don't want your stuff to be broadcasted, have your shit in order. Have your shit in order. If you do not want your stuff to be talked about, have your shit together. And then we won't have any problems. Lord, my daddy used to say something all the time, and now I can do it. He said, it's better to be seen and not heard. God, I hated when he said that. But as I got older, I understood what he said. You don't have to be the loudest person in the bunch. And that's what we're saying. You don't have to be like, you could have came up here and been really respectful. You could have stayed at your side. At least that would have been more believable. But you came on a platform when you had an opportunity to address everyone on the platform. And you decided just to be just aggressive. So again, you guys, y'all can take it for what it is. He has been placed on the blacklist. He is blacklisted. Once you're placed on the Majorette blacklist, again, you guys, we are finalizing the website, themajorette.com. It is being finalized. I know I keep telling y'all this, but y'all have to understand, I have to make sure that everything is right for you guys. I have to make sure the subscriptions make sense for people to subscribe to the website, to make sure that you guys get all the benefits, everything you guys want to get out of it, to get everything. We have to do it. We need to start going. At this point, we need to go ahead and just do away with the Facebook groups. If you have a paid subscription, and we've done our due diligence by looking up you, looking at your show, giving you, going through the little interview process, making sure you're legit, then you have every right that you can post on our website. So people know that we have already properly screened you, and we know that your show is going to be a success for people to go to. We have to stop it somewhere. It ain't no sense in us just keep on coming up here talking about the same old thing if we're not putting no action behind what we're saying. And maybe, just maybe, people will start getting a hint. Just maybe people start getting a hint. Y'all want to see if y'all legit? Let's go over to Majorette and see if they have been screened. Let's see if their event is on the events page on. Yeah, we subscribe to it. Yeah, we pay $10 a month for it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. We pay because it's worth it, because it's something that we can go and look at and say, you know what? Yeah. Carrie, I don't know who you are, but my moderator's about to block you, sweetie. You're talking about one person on YouTube. I don't have a following on YouTube. I'm streaming from Facebook. So you're about to get blocked, sweetie. Congratulations. Blocked user. Thank you. Have a good day. See, stuff like that. That's one of his minions. I'm streaming from both YouTube and Facebook. But do y'all understand what I'm saying? Stuff like that, you still don't get it. You still don't get it. The ignorance of people. People are ignorant. And that's why I said there ain't no saving that nigga. It ain't no helping that nigga. He is who he is. He is already up age. He gets on live smoking weed, smoking blunts, smoking all that. There is no saving him. You sending your minions over here to talk for you when you had opportunity to talk for yourself. I don't no. I don't work that way. So you're blocked. Next. Anybody else? So again, I say rejoice. Again, I say rejoice. Again, I say rejoice. This live has been I hope it's helped y'all. Please make sure you guys do what y'all know how to do. If it has helped y'all, or even if y'all have just enjoyed it, y'all could go ahead and bless the platform. There is a Cash App in your face or whatever, Hunty. But the ones that did tune in, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Listen to me go in. Again, this was not a bashing session. I wasn't bashing anybody. I just wanted to make you guys aware of what was going on and what we need to watch out for the future. We have to, if anything, if we don't do nothing else, y'all, it's our duty to protect these kids. These kids are only going to allow what their coaches allow, what their parents allow. So it's our duty to make sure that whatever we're attracting, it's a good attraction. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So again, you guys, I appreciate y'all sticking with me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. This has been another Majorette episode, and I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night.
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness, and that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in beef flat because I feel like I'm about to go there.